Chris from Belfast. Good afternoon. Oh yeah, I guess it is a big time difference where you're at. This man say you're in Belfast. What time is it over there, bro? Right now for me it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Mm. Near 3? Okay. Still working on this commission I got right here. So I'm just trying to straighten out some of the lines on the porch, get some different tones and shades in there where the light is. The whole entire front porch is basically in shadow, and he's in the forefront. So it's not going to be a lot of color change because the porch is really dark behind him. I do want to brighten that up a little bit. You know, I don't want it as dark as it is in the photograph. So I'll just be working on the porch ceiling right here and the siding on the house and the window. It's just a bunch of straight lines, but gotta do it. Like I said, I'm trying to brighten it up some, but not too much that it looks like cartoony. Oh yeah. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's really dark, so I have to mentally Photoshop before I start applying my colors. I just Photoshop it in my head to try to get a tone and value that's not too contradictory, but still makes the piece look believable. I think it'll come out all right. We'll get on that in a second.
An experience.
And me personally, I love everything. Like, I'm not a person who like is stuck with the old shit or has to have all of the new shit either. Like, I'm just like obsessed with life in general. Like, all of this shit fucks me up, but it's crazy. It's insane.
We live in insane times.
We live in insane times.
What's cool about today too is that we can go and still like appreciate and use some of the shit from the past, like a record player.
Yeah.
You know, use a record, listen to some old records.
Right.
You know, and realize like, wow, this is how people used to get their music.
Mm-hmm.
Sit in front of the record player with headphones on. I remember being a kid doing that.
Right.
People would listen to albums. They open up the album, looking at the art.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big part of an album.
Right.
What was the photo layout? What was the pictures?
It's crazy how everybody thinks like the new shit ruins the older shit too.
Right.
It's like people still enjoy everything.
Yeah.
Man. Like, you know, it's just stages of it.
I love that old shit exists.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Go back and listen to some of that old stuff.
People don't watch tapes anymore though. Like you can't get like a VHS. Like that's not the move.
Yeah. I think those are dead and gone. VHS. Remember
like,
when someone would give you a copy of a copy and it was all like every now and then it had little lines through it and shit? You get like second, third generation copies from friends.
Yeah. VHSs are done, bro.
You remember? I don't know if you remember this.
VHS.
You used to be able to buy movies right after they. Every now and then, have a little.
That's not the move.
Yeah, I think
stages of it.
I love that old shit exists.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Go back and listen to some of that old stuff.
People don't watch tapes anymore though. Like you can't get like a VHS. Like that's not the move.
Yeah, I think those are dead and gone. VHS. Remember
like,
when someone would give you...
VHS is not dead and gone, bro. I'm showing my age now because I bought this shit when it was new. Like, this shit had just came out. I'm like, oh, I'm about to go get the tape. The VHS hi-fi stereo. What? Well, y'all know about that shit. Tupac. Before I wake. What? From Xenon Pictures. Oh man, this shit was hot. I got a whole stack of these. I ain't even gonna lie, y'all. I got about 30 VHSs. Mostly documentaries. I got all the Tupac documentaries on VHS. And I got a bunch of anime on VHS that I just refuse to give up. I'm not giving up my anime. Yeah. I have a VHS player. That shit in the basement. It's not hooked up to anything, but I got one that works. Hell yeah. I can go play this tape right now if I wanted to, but I'm not. I had a converter, like when that shit first came out. You know, if you know a good crackhead, man, a good crackhead just like a fucking flea market or a pawn shop, because they have everything. Yo, this fucking crackhead come up to me. Yo, man, I got some stereo equipment. Man, I got some cassettes and this and that. Man, I looked through that shit, man. This motherfucker had the double head converter where you put the VHS on one side and it records it onto a DVD. Bro, that shit was like state of the art, top of the line, like back in the day. This shit was like over 10 years ago. I'm like, word, let me get that shit, yo. When I got that shit, I was putting the ass of my fucking VHS tapes on DVD. And then that shit broke on me. That shit really did break. And I was like, fuck. That shit would not work. I don't know what the fuck I did to that shit, but... Oh. But that's you know what? Wham. Ooh, I just got an idea. Oh yeah, everything's built to break. Yeah, right. If they make shit so good that it lasts forever, motherfuckers will go out of business. You can see that shit, especially in the medical field. Because you are meant to break, and the drugs are meant to fail. Because if they cure you, yeah, it might be expensive, but it'll be a one-time shot, and you won't ever have to come back. But if they put a bandage on whatever ailments and side effects you have, then you got to keep coming back and keep coming back because they got to give you this prescription and this pill and this treatment and this shit, and keep coming back and keep coming back. Because if they cure you, you'll never come back.
What you want to be able to actually do is kick your shoe right off. So I can't do that with these boots. With my casting boots, I can just do that, and that boot will sail right off of my foot, so that I'm as time you use them. It's sort of like.
So I'm in a ironworks workshop, like making shit out of iron. But it ain't like pounding horseshoes where you get a piece of iron and you heat it and hammer it. Not that shit. Like we pouring iron. We got a furnace. We melt this fucking iron down till it's molten, and then you make a cast of whatever you want, and then pour your fucking molten iron into the cast. That's the kind of shit we doing, yo. But it's my first time going through this shit, yo. Bro, this shit is so fucking cool, yo. And we getting to the point where, like, in a couple weeks, we gonna be pouring this fucking hot ass iron. So we're going over no, smelting is that's when, like I said, you take ore or something and heat it up until it's malleable and you pound it. That's smelting. And you take the impurities out and all that shit. But we want it past the soft point. We gonna have that shit liquefied, bro. Yeah, I watched it like a couple years ago. I watched them do an iron pour because it's like an annual thing. The city I live in is known for coal. It was a really big coal mining city back in the fucking 1900s and shit. And they were had all the trains coming through, so they was digging for coal, iron, and all that shit. And they got like major, like a turn of the century industrial furnace. It's like this big shit outside, yo. It's built out of fucking stone. When you walk up to it, it's in the side of a hill. The shit look like a little castle at first, but you walk in and you walk around and see the structure, and it's like it's no rooms. It's just these big ass stone motherfucking edifices, yo. And they got the big ass cauldrons in that shit, yo. That shit look weird as hell. And I walked around that shit. Like when I first moved here, I walked to that, like somebody was showing me around town. They was like, oh, let's go look at the furnace. And they got, the big plaque in front with all the history, blah, 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 blah. But you look at that shit like, damn, this is how they used to melt steel back in the day. Yo, that shit look crazy. Like some real steel industrial shit. And then they was like, oh, they still do it. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, they still use this shit like once a year. They'll come out here and have their little iron festival and crank that shit up and still pour iron like they did back in the day. I was like, damn. So I saw that shit one time. That shit looked cool as fuck, yo. Like the motherfuckers was making uh like sea life molds and shit like starfish and different crustaceans and fish and shit. I was like, yo, he's pouring the fucking metal in that shit and letting that shit pop out there. You see the fucking the end product, man. That shit be looking hot as shit, yo. And so now I finally have an opportunity to be a part of the. Hey, what up, babe? So now I actually have a chance to be a part of the Keystone Ironworks. And my project was I did a version of the Sphinx from the Giza Plateau. Now the Sphinx it has a long history. We're not really sure when it was built, who it was built by, why it was built, but there are some things that we are sure about the Sphinx. The head of the Sphinx is way smaller in proportion to the body. The head is too small for the body. The Egyptians were so precise, or not even the Egyptians, because the Sphinx probably predates dynastic Egypt. So whoever the builders of the Sphinx were, these guys were precise, and their proportions were immaculate. They placed their structures with alignment of the constellations. They're not going to mess up. They're not going to build a statue and the head is too small. So we know that the head of the Sphinx has been recarved, maybe more than once. Who knows that part? But the image of the Sphinx and the facade of the Sphinx that we can see today has a human head. Some people say it's Khafre or whoever, but we don't fucking know. We do know that Napoleon, when he invaded northern Africa and he went to the Giza Plateau, for whatever reasons, he fucking took a cannonball and shot the fucking nose off the Sphinx. And there's a lot of other defaced art throughout the fucking Giza Plateau where some images have their noses smashed off, which is really weird. So I did a version of the Sphinx which still had a nose attached to it, but I made a nose like my nose, wide and round Negroid nose, because more than likely that's what a lot of archaeologists say anyway, that the bone structure and the facial features were more Negroid than anything else. So he wouldn't have had a long, like Escalin type pointy nose. He would have had a wide, flat nose. And so I made a version of the Sphinx to look like that. And it's just the head, and so that's going to be my iron cast, and I hope that shit come out good, yo. I ain't gonna lie, yo. Like, I'm a painter, so like working with clay, because you have to make a sculpture basically, and so molding clay, that shit is way fucking different than painting, yo. Because you're painting, I'm trying to make a 2-dimensional surface look 3-dimensional. He is not on a rail, and there's no rail behind him. It's all on the same plane, but it looks like there's 3 dimensions to the image. So doing that with a brush and colors is one thing, but making a 3-dimensional image in 3D space and having to have the fucking shit once again proportionate, like, yo, that shit was hard. I was like, why the fuck did I try to do a face? I should have did a leaf or a snake or something more simple, yo, because and I had a few weeks to work on it. Our class is once a week, so had a few hours to work on it, and still, like, everybody's like, oh, that's awesome, that's great, it looks fantastic. I'm like, I'm not good at this shit, but I stuck with the idea and the concept that I had and finished it up, and so we'll see how this shit looks. So this was yesterday.
Someone in high school, you have where your parts go. So you kind of like sort of get it like a butterfly, through the arms, and then over your head. Okay? Oh my God. Your candy wrappers. It's candy. And then they clip in the back, and we can adjust them for those of you guys who are all different sizes. So And again, what this does is it's making a protective field. If the metal splashes against me, it's going to roll off of this. And you can probably see on some of these where little spots of metal, you can see these little black spots where metal hit these and just popped right off. And mostly that's what will happen. If it's your safety gear, it's just going to pop right off, okay? The next thing is a jacket. And buttoned all the way up. Yeah. You know, your hair's got to be managed somehow. All of us with long hair. I can't do this when I'm casting. What I usually end up doing is pigtails, and I tuck them into my jacket here. But the bandana will help keep the helmet on, so you can, and it'll, you know, keep sweat from dripping your glasses. You will have safety clothes. And because there are so many of you guys, you're probably going to be in a situation where you might have like just your apron on and then you're switching out gear. And what we want, help me snap myself into this. All of this is going to feel warm, but essentially I am now prepared to go out onto the casting floor. Okay, you cannot, there's lots of jobs, what we refer to as the casting floor is anything around the perimeter of the furnace where the molds are. You cannot be out there unless this is what you look like. That's it, up. And then I'm going to have you all try to handle it, okay?
No worries on here.
Okay, up. And there you go.
To be fair, I'm a lot more easier for
And it's like molten, so it has a flow. That you have to tip so far to get,
Yeah, I know, but you know.
Exactly.
It's good practice. Okay.
I like that.
So, does somebody want to try the hand wheel? So, come on. You left here ready. Okay. Nice, steady flow. Perfect. Good. Go a little front.
I like that.
Okay. So, we've got Shannon. Okay, yeah. Here, let me jump inside.
Got the whole gear on.
Okay, so we've got
Yo, if I set some shit on fire, yo. I want to pour my own. Like, I don't want nobody else to pour my cast. Because sometimes they say the smaller cast, they'll set everything in a row. And then whoever comes out with the metal, you can pour a couple of different casts out of one tote full of metal, yo. So whatever group my shit in, because mine ain't but so big. I want to be the one pouring that shit. I'm pouring my own. It's like I know some people don't want to be close to the fire. Shit, like whoever want to be close to the fire, is like, yo, I want to be close. I want to actually have the gear on for a reason. I ain't gonna gear up and then just be sitting out there to the side like waiting with a hot uniform on. You know. But they got this whole team of guys who do this. They're coming down from New York, and so they said they're gonna let the experts pour it first, and then like the motherfucking journeymen, the motherfuckers who did it a couple of times, let them pour next, and then let all the newbies pour that shit last. So we can watch everybody else do that shit and make sure we understand how to move, where everybody's supposed to be situated, where everybody's supposed to go to. So that shit gotta be like coordinated like anything else. Man, you fucking with some molten ass goddamn metal, yo. One little fuck up, you just, I can't even imagine. But she said they don't have no injury because everybody just do what the hell they supposed to do. You work as a team. You know what I'm saying? Don't move too fast. Don't move too slow. And get the shit done. And it's a job, but it's fun. It's creative. You making something. You know what I'm saying? But I can't wait to add this shit to my goddamn artist resume. It's gonna be awesome. going to be awesome. I'm a painter, but I got this on there too, son. You know what I'm saying? Remember the Keystone Iron Works? I know how to pour hot iron. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's all I be trying to do. Anything creative, anything that I can add to my artist resume to solidify the fact that this is what I want to do. Yeah, like, you know, I can't wait to get out there. I can't wait to see how my piece come out though. That's the only thing I'm so nervous about, yo. Like that clay, I got some pictures of it, yo. I don't even think I ever posted them online because that shit look. I'm not embarrassed, but it's like I don't want people to ask me questions like what that's supposed to be. And I gotta explain to everybody like, look, man. It's supposed to be the Sphinx. I know it don't really look like it, but kind of, a little. Oh my God. It looks so cartoony. It's weird, yo. Alright, I'll show you guys. So that's clay. I forgot the name of the clay we used. It doesn't dry out. So you can reuse the same clay over and over, and actually it's just all used clay. There's like buckets of it sitting around the workshop. You just grab a ball of clay, work with it, and when this piece was done, and after we finished casting it and everything, you just pull it out and ball it back up and throw it back in the bucket. We had to weigh it first so we can know exactly how much iron each piece is going to need. And that's it from the side. But you can see that's just like a regular tin can right there. Like a soup can or something. So this piece it's not like giant. It's the size of a couple of soup cans. But just the facade of the Sphinx, got the ceremonial cobra on his brow with the headdress. But on this one, he actually has a nose. So, and then yesterday, I gave a little lecture to the students there, and that's that's the mold that I made. And so after you pull the clay out to harden the inside even more, we put a mixture of, they said, graphite and alcohol, and it smells exactly like graphite and alcohol. And so you paint the inside of the mold and the top of the mold with this liquid, and then after it dries, you set it on fire to burn away the alcohol, and the graphite will adhere to this sand. So that was pretty cool. I got to make a fire inside the building, yo, like set some shit on fire. Yo, I be having so much fun, yo. I swear. I keep checking my email too, cause the Philadelphia, it's the African American Museum of Philadelphia. I talked to those guys up there, and they told me to email them and send them my information, and that was Well, it was. I think I emailed them Monday. I'm hoping to hear back from. Let's see. I was hoping within a week, but I know they're probably busy. It's a museum. But yo, if that if they give me a show at the museum in Philly, my head gonna be I swear. All right, let me get these brushes.
Copy of a copy, and it was all like every now and then it had little lines through it.
This is Wiz Khalifa on Joe Rogan show talking about Tesla and cars of the future, and I actually, dang, I have the picture at work right now, but I took a picture of my homie on a payphone with a cell phone in his hand, and I said just look at the cell phone kind of awkward while you have the payphone to your ear, and it's like, I guess because I'm getting old, that I'm starting to see the way the adults in my life saw the world. Because I could always remember this one time, like, me and my grandmother were traveling from one city to another, the next city over, and we're on a highway, and it's a highway, a regular highway, and boozy, what a doozy. And my grandmother, for some reason, we was talking, and she was like, yeah, I remember when this highway wasn't here. And I'm like, huh? She's like, yeah, this wasn't here. It was trees. And she said, Old Swift Creek Road, that was the highway. I'm like, word? She was like, yeah. And I'm like, damn, grandma, you old as shit. I thought that to myself. You know, like, dang, how you remember before the highway was here? And so now, like, just in my lifetime, and I'm in my late 30s now, but just how fast things are moving, it's been amazing me for years. Like, and I think that was the first thing that I noticed, and it just came to me out of nowhere. Like, payphones are gone, and you start looking around, and you're like, yo, there aren't any payphones anymore. And before they disappeared, they were mostly broke and wouldn't work half the time anyway, or they just kept stealing your coins. But like when I noticed the payphone disappeared, I was like, what the fuck? What's happening to our world? And all the other little technology that has come and gone, and it's like I would still keep playing with that idea of comparing old technology to the modern technology, but it's all the same stuff that I've had within my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Like we were talking about these earlier. Like, this was legit. Back in the day, this was it. You know what I'm saying? You were in the movie, on the back, it had a little sticker, be kind, please rewind, or it said, $2 charge for not rewinding and shit like that, and that's what it was. But now, in my lifetime, I seen the digital, the DVD come into existence, and then now we barely hardly use those. Now it's like Blu-ray, and then nobody barely hardly use those because now you just stream your movies, and now you have this digital source of media where you don't go anywhere and you don't have of anything physical to hold. You just stream it, and that shit is like, yo, just in a few years, it's like, how did we come from this to that in just in my lifetime? So I can imagine, like, when people really start talking about technology of the future and say, oh, that'll never happen, blah, 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 blah. Like, imagine going back 100 years with your iPhone. Just go back in time 100 years and you have a working iPhone. You know what I'm saying? In a lighter. And it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even understand. They wouldn't even be able to have a basis of comprehension to understand the technology, because they wouldn't understand like almost anything. Like, this shit is just weird as shit, yo. And like, where is this going? Where is all of this shit going, yo? And now motherfuckers talking about this real AI that could emerge that will be smarter than us. And then what? What if we make something smarter than us? Like, for what reasons? That might be the apocalypse. And everybody like, nah. AI won't be bad. AI won't be bad, man. All the smartest people all these fucking smart ass scientists, most of these motherfuckers just work on government black op programs anyway, trying to make new military technology and ways to kill people faster. If you don't think they'll use AI as a weapon, that's the only thing, yo. Like, I think it's interesting, but you already know it's gonna be like they gonna weaponize it some kind of way, like they do everything else, and that's what all of any type of new technology. It's always utilized to the maximum capacity by the military before it's downgraded and put out to the public. You know what I'm saying? Once again, all our tech, yo, GPS, tracking, and fucking touch screens, and the Bluetooth, and all that shit. All that is military. All that's military stuff that they have absolutely exhausted all the capabilities that they can ever think to use it for. And then they're like, all right, y'all can make some products out of this stuff. But now, like, what up, bro? Bro, it's, man, once you see, all you gotta do is watch Atlas, watch a video clip of Atlas and what Atlas can do, and then figure out why the hell Google keep buying up all these AI companies. And I was listening to that yesterday, yo. Even Elon Musk says there is a artificial intelligent algorithm in the Google search engine itself. It's built into the search engine. So that's how you think it's so cool when you kind of like, you Google something and you only type a few fucking letters and then shit's already start popping up. That's the fucking AI already giving you the suggestions for, like, we more than likely know what you about to fucking type. Is it one of these four? Because this is the top 4 answers in the world right now. Because everybody wants this. You go look for one of these, you type just a few letters and some shit pop up. And it's weird as hell. And that shit, and they say that it's learning from what we want to know. And the type of media that we absorb, yo. It's weird as hell how that shit is working, yo. And Google is making this shit, yo. I wouldn't doubt it that they're fucking making this AI that's gonna fucking be smarter than us. Bro.
Shit, you get like
So once again, this is Wiz Khalifa on the Joe Rogan show.
3rd generation copies from friends.
Yeah. VHSs are done, bro.
You remember? I don't know if you remember this, but you used to be able to buy movies right after they came out, especially in New York, because dudes would sit in the back of the movie theater.
Oh, like the little bootleg joints.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could watch the movie from like it was
Like a video camera.
Yeah.
It'd be like in their video in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Man, I got Fire Stick, yo. I can go downstairs and watch Aladdin and Shazam and whatever else is like right now. It's just gonna be like they said, it's a bootleg copy. People still do that, yo. How they put it on the Fire Stick, I don't know. Cause I done watched the Avengers and some other new movie that's still in the damn theaters right on the TV. Technology. Man, it's taking over. That's why that's something else that I noticed too, bro. It's a new trend. Like movies don't stay in the theaters as long as they used to. They get them couple $1 million and then they bounce because it's gonna be pirated in a few weeks. Not even a few weeks. It'll be pirated in a day or so. So what's the point in keeping a film in the theater so long, knowing that there's already 100 bootleg copies of that shit out there floating around? That's why I don't see how these movies still be making like millions of billions of dollars opening week. Man, I'll wait 2 days from opening day and man, that shit'll be on fire stick, bro. Habib is gonna have that shit for me. Tyrone is gonna download that thing. You know what I'm saying? Justin. Somebody gonna have a copy. You know what? And major movie studios don't shoot. Yeah, everything is digital, bro. But even, I mean, the digital format with, I don't know. And then plus, like movies, that shit's. Yeah. But then, like, the whole movie going experience is like, I once again guess I'm getting old, but I don't like people like that, like big ass crowds of people. Then that should be so fucking expensive for this experience that I gotta share with all these other motherfuckers. Like, no, it's too much. But then. Now they trying to hype all the movie theaters up. Got the big comfy reclining chairs and all this shit. Oh, we have serve y'all alcohol and everything. Please don't stop going to the movies. Like, nah, I'm good, bro.
It was crazy. That was a crazy time. Yeah, they weren't hiding shit back then. They were using all of their technology.
Yep. That's everything they had.
That was everything they fucking had.
The crazy thing is that's not that long ago. In terms of the human race, that's not that long ago.
That's the 90s.
That's so recent.
So this is what, 2019, so that's 20 years. So you can go back 23, 24 years maybe.
Imagine if you could see what the fuck 24 years from now is.
It's crazy. I related to, like, when I was younger in the 90s, because I was, like, a baby in the 90s. I wasn't even a teenager. So 20 years from then was the 70s.
Yeah.
And shit was totally, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like now, from 20 years for that to be the same time frame, like, that shit is crazy to me.
You really want to know how crazy it is, man? Get yourself into, like, a 1970 Plymouth and drive that thing. And realize that in 1970, that's how people drove. They drive this thing that, like, it barely knows where you're telling
Yeah, hell yeah.
You could do this with the steering wheel.
They didn't even have power steering in the 60s and shit, bro. Like,
yeah,
you had to turn that thing like this.
A lot of them didn't. Yeah, a lot of them didn't. But those cars were terrible. And that was just a few years ago. I mean, in terms of, like, human history.
Right.
If you looked at a block of time in history, like if you looked at the difference between 1820 and 1840, in our head, it's like, that's the same shit. 1820, 1840, what the fuck was different? There was nothing different.
Yep.
But if you look at our generation, 40 years ago to now, it's insane.
It's true.
It's insane. It doesn't even make sense.
It's nuts.
We're barely the same thing.
Bruh. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Have you driven a Tesla?
No, I haven't. Pretty good.
The preposterous. It's a preposterous car.
What's the deal with them?
It's so fast, it doesn't make sense.
Really?
Every other car you drive afterwards will feel stupid. You can drive mine.
You got a Tesla?
Yeah. Yeah, you can drive it.
They're that legit?
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever driven in my life.
Fuck.
It doesn't make any noise.
It makes zero noise. This makes noise. Stop ringing my doorbell. What the fuck is that?
It's a fucking rap music video, Entourage style.
This is a
Girls in
girl
underwear.
my house.
Dancing, bottle of
A
champagne.
girl in my house.
Someone just follow you into the camera just to see who rings your doorbell.
Bruh. I do not know who that girl was.
Welcome to the party. What were we just talking about?
Teslas.
Oh yeah, it's a spaceship. It's next level. If you think that they're holding back anything in the automotive world, drive that thing. And you're
That's
like, oh.
that's the thing. I feel like all cars are gonna look alike, and they're gonna look like Teslas. So you're gonna have this super fast one for like the elite motherfuckers, but then they're gonna have like regular ones, and then we're all gonna have the same car. We're all gonna have the same phone. We're all gonna have the same watch, and we're all because it controls everything. Like they control your house, so it's like everything is integrated. The TV, the Xbox. It's like you all want it in one. So the only way to do that is for everything to be the same. So like if the Tesla is that ill, I never driven one. But if it's that ill, I don't see why people wouldn't be into it. Like
It's just the pain in the ass is it takes a long time to charge.
okay,
I mean, even if you have a Tesla supercharger thing, like I have one, a wall-mounted charger it's like more amperage.
That's tight.
It's nice, but it still takes a few hours to charge if it's almost dead.
okay,
Whereas you can get gas in like 5 minutes.
exactly. Don't
That's
they
the
have
only
like
thing that's
portable chargers?
No.
They ain't do that yet?
No. You need an insane amount of power to
Okay.
power that thing.
But how long?
It's got giant batteries in it. It just takes hours and hours to fill up.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Well, because it goes 317 miles.
Did you see this race they did with the tunnel?
What is it?
It's two Teslas at the same spot. Like I guess it's in Hawthorne where they have it. The one on the right is using the tunnel, but
Oh,
they haven't
Jesus.
completed, and the one on the left is going above ground.
Now, is this tunnel like auto drive?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
got.
fuck
I think
that.
it's got those tracks on the side so that it can stay in
Bro,
place.
look how fast that's
Goes up to
going.
127 miles an
I am
hour,
so not comfortable with that.
and then it slows right
The
down.
way that it moves is different. Like,
That's how
just-
robots are going to kill us.
That's crazy.
It's so fast. You can't believe how fast it is.
That's insane.
That guy's not moving at the top, and the guy's moving very fast.
It takes him 4.5 minutes to go the same time it takes this guy a minute and a half.
But that guy's battery's dead as fuck on the right, I'll tell you that. If you stomp on that thing for that long, you better be prepared for that shit to...
Yo, I gotta find his video because he's not showing it. But what Tesla in the track? What? Yo, I can't find this shit. Hold up, bro. This shit ain't got no copyright. No. So one of them is going down. Hold up. So I guess the one is above ground going through normal traffic and shit. One of them goes below ground into this fucking tunnel shit. Can I show this? Let me see. Yeah, so the one on the right is going down, yo. The other guy is in traffic. fucking tunnel shit, yo. Elon Musk got all the good ideas, yo. This motherfucker like, yo, we need hyper tunnels under the ground if somebody wants to sit in fucking traffic 5 hours a day. Who wants to do that for 5 hours a day? Like, what you gonna do, Elon? Man, I'm gonna just dig some tunnels and go underground. I'm gonna go under the traffic. I guess it's easier to dig a hole than to build a bridge. That's pretty badass.
That shit to drain quick, especially when it's in ludicrous mode.
That's what they call it?
Ludicrous mode. Yeah, and now they have Ludicrous Plus. I don't even want to turn that shit on. I don't need that. What kind of asshole is unhappy with ludicrous mode?
So I was gonna ask before. Don't you think there's some car company trying to beat them?
Yeah,
Has to be, right?
Tesla has a Roadster. Have you seen the Tesla Roadster?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, Jamie, pull that up. It's a spaceship. It's this little sports car looking spaceship that goes 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds.
It's a spaceship.
It's a spaceship. Look at that. That's the Tesla Roadster.
Oh, I like that.
It's a dope looking little car. The roof comes off too.
That's real, huh?
Oh my God, that thing's a demon.
What?
That thing is a demon.
How much does that cost?
I think it's $200,000.
It's real?
Yeah, it's not out yet.
Oh,
They're
okay.
working on it.
Oh, okay.
They're working on releasing it soon. Yeah, $200,000. Chicka-pow. But look at that, 1.9 seconds, 0 to 60.
Yeah, I don't need that.
They just seem, the electric
really
cars
nice.
just seem like the future. But again, that one's going to be interesting because it has 600 miles. It can go 660 miles, I think, without charging, which is mine's like 317.
Oh, okay.
The new one, the ones they have
dope.
now are like 317.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's wild.
Like, my mind is literally blown by this shit.
Yeah, mine too.
Like, for real. Like, that shit blows my mind.
Imagine if you're one of those people that makes those things.
Yeah.
Like, that's your
I
job.
feel like it's, like, really a process, like, scientific, like, you know, because you don't want nobody to hurt themselves. I mean,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? So you have to get it just right.
Sure.
So it's like, what's the process of that? Like, what are the fuck are they doing, like, with technology and electricity in a car?
Yeah. And they have all these safety features. They have auto drive.
That's
it
the
drives
thing.
Itself.
It's like, it's going to be so fast, it's got to have hella safety. Jesus Christ, man. I'm just going to let you in. I can't turn this thing off. Oh, there it is.
The same girl?
I don't know.
She's persistent.
I don't know who that was.
She's a go-getter.
I don't know. She can need to go get something else.
But yeah, man, I mean, it's when you drive something like that, you realize, like, oh, okay, just 30, 40 years ago, cars were these stinky, weird things that barely steered right. And now you have these things that it seem like they're from a futuristic movie, and you can get them right now.
It's crazy, yo. Like, it's insane. Because people like, okay, where are we going to be without transportation? We got to go somewhere, right? We got to get there somehow.
What is this, Jamie?
I was looking up. I thought I saw something today about a Lamborghini electric car, but this fell into this whole of the Terzo Millennio. It is an electric car by Lamborghini that self-heals. It has some sort of carbon fiber technology that allows it to fix itself if it cracks while it's dry. I don't know.
Oh,
That's
perfect.
insane.
Yeah,
It
sweet.
detects cracks and damages.
There
to
we
its-
go.
It's a fucking transformer.
There we go.
I don't
It's
know.
a transformer. It's gonna heal
I
itself.
was hoping you had heard of it.
No.
Self-healing.
Oh my God.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's gonna fix itself.
Sorry to distract from that, but yeah,
But it's Italian, right?
yeah.
Listen to me. That's
Sure,
my
right.
people. It ain't gonna work.
They're
Those savages.
It looks insane.
This.
thinking big.
If you want to go on a long trip in a Lamborghini, you're out of your fucking mind. That thing will leave you in the middle of the desert.
They're thinking big. That's it.
Yeah.
That is
It's
a
got these weird, crazy
unbelievably good-looking car.
light tires. I don't know
God
what
damn, that looks like the future.
That's fire.
Look at that thing.
It's a spaceship.
But if you take one of those, you know that it's made by Italians. Right? You know it. Like, look at that. This is my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Yeah, when you put the accent with the car, it makes sense.
It's so flamboyant. Look at the wheels on that thing. What the fuck is with those
I
wheels?
don't know.
Wow.
That's crazy.
An Italian spaceship.
Yeah, cars are getting closer and closer to spaceships.
Yeah.
What if people start flying around? You comfortable with that? I'm not. I don't want anybody landing on my house.
Landing on the house, air accidents.
Yeah, man.
Those don't seem too good.
No.
And the regulation of...
What lane do you stay in?
Yeah, because we work so hard to develop these roads. It's like, where are we going now? Like, what's going on here?
Can you imagine if we had like a floating bubble highway system, right? Like there's balloons held on by rope that go all the way to the ground, and that marks the paths where you're allowed to fly your flying car through. But people don't look, and they slam into each other. And
oh man,
you're out there in the park with your kids.
Regulation would suck on that.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
How do you stop people from... Well, it would have to be autonomous. It would have to be like Tesla Auto Drive. So it just takes you up and it just brings you around. It would have to be something like that.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we couldn't leave it up to people. Not with flying.
Hell no. It's too many different personalities.
Yeah. But then there's going to be lazy people that don't charge their fucking flying car. And then it gets up there and it's like... Like, you didn't charge it?
You shouldn't be able to take off if it's not at a certain... If it's capable of dying,
I agree.
Ground it.
Then when you're gonna need more regulation, so we have more government.
Air laws,
right? You're gonna have to. That's the only way.
Yeah.
We need more government, more regulations.
Yeah.
Air cops.
Yeah.
Air cops.
Oh my gosh, the air police.
The air police.
Let's not talk about those guys.
Air police. They'll be even more on edge than the ground police.
The ground police.
Oh.
Yeah, because they're in the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna be super paranoid up there.
For sure.
How do you pull somebody over in the air though? If you're air police. Ground this vehicle now. It says I can't land right here. I don't care what it says. What do you think about that, man? Would you take a ride in an autonomous flying air vehicle? Some people just say drones. Just make drones big as shit. You know, drone technology has it to where they have these little devices that fly pretty accurate, and they can be controlled autonomously from AI. Just make it bigger. Just upsize it till it's big enough to carry, 200 pounds. I'm just saying. No offense to anyone. Or you can always get them beefier so they can carry up to 1,000 pounds, or whatever. But just take drone technology, enlarge it, download all our GPSs and everything into it once again, connect to the system, and then let that shit do its own thing. You just call a drone cab in front of your house, and it's already pre-programmed to take you where you want to go. And I honestly see all of that shit coming, yo. Like, y'all thought the Jetsons was some shit, man. Flying cars and all that shit. When we was growing up, it's like, oh, the future. It's like we're probably just start seeing like the very, very. Well, we're already seeing the onset of it right now. But, like some of the things that my generation saw in our sci-fi movies of the future, like some of that shit has started coming around before we leave this place, yo. Even like VR technology, like I have the PlayStation VR headset, and like honestly, when I was a kid, I was like, that should have never happened. VR headset where it looks like, and now look, that shit is downstairs in my living room. Like I'm living the future. I don't have a Tesla self-driving car, but that's some other stuff that was only like in sci-fi movies, like cars that drive themselves. And now it's a real legit thing. So I don't see why there would be any idea to think that somebody at some corporation with enough money isn't going to build a drone that can fly you around on some Jetson type shit, yo. Yo, haters, what up? Yeah, airplane. Yeah, that is true. That's the thing though. It ain't with these modern planes. It ain't about flying. It's about taking off and landing. Mostly, it's always been about the landing. Even when planes were new with no autopilot, World War II and shit. They said that's how a lot of pilots died because these motherfuckers couldn't land. They just crash. I guess that's why the Japanese just came up with the kamikaze. Like if y'all can't land, at least smash your plane into the enemies. Kamikaze. Why y'all do it like that? Oh, our flight instructor doesn't know how to land the plane. Ah, damn. It's all about the landing, bro. Oh my gosh. This dude makes me feel like I should be outside doing some yard work. Cause my grass could use a good cutting. I ain't even gonna lie. I just cut that shit like. I think I cut my shit last week. But we be getting so much rain, yo. That grass just like. I ain't trying to say I want my grass to die a little bit, but just like, can you just stop raining and stun its growth for a minute? Like, Jesus Christ. I just cut that grass. All that rain, and that shit just like boop, 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 boop. You come right back. Like, what the? That's when you get all the rainy weather. People like, oh, it's rainy. I hate rain. My first thoughts be like, man, you know how fast my grass is gonna grow? All this damn water. Shit. Tired of cutting grass. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of enjoy it sometimes. If it's a real nice day, like them, like right now, it don't look too bad. Like a day where it's not too hot, but it's hot enough. You know what I'm saying? Now I cut grass in my shorts too. As long as I can wear some shorts and a short sleeve shirt and not sweat to fucking death, I don't mind cutting grass. That shit be smelling good too, like that fresh cut grass smell. Actually like that shit. But I just did it last week. That's the thing I'm trying to say. Like, yo, I just cut grass last week. My shit looking shaggy. Looking extra shaggy anyway. I might have to get some seed too, man. Whoever had this property before me, man, they just had one of them stupid ass pools, of one of those above ground pools, and that shit killed the fucking grass. Now it looked like I had a spaceship land in my damn backyard. That shit looks so ugly to me. It's like, why? Why didn't you just put a pool in the ground? If you want a pool, them above ground pools, they do that shit every time you're gonna kill the grass. Why do that? Where I used to live, I was in a half a double, and the neighbors, they put a pool in the backyard, and it wasn't even like a real big nice one. It's just like, why are you doing that, yo? First of all, we gotta share this fucking backyard. And second of all, your stupid pool is gonna kill the grass. And then the wintertime came, and they moved the pool, and then they had that permanent circle left right there. And then the next year, the landlord told them they couldn't put it back out there. I was like, dummies. You done messed up that man's grass. This dude out here acting like he cutting his whole yard with the weed eater. Bro, pull out the damn lawnmower and stop bullshitting around, homie. Nah, I'm just gonna get the corners first. Man, but get the damn lawnmower, homie. Playing around with the goddamn... That shit got a cord on it? You better not have no damn corded fucking garden tools out there. I was at the gym this morning. I seen one of the dudes who work there vacuuming and shit. Yo, they got the goddamn my man had a backpack vac. I was like, I'm trying to think to myself, have I ever seen one of them before? I don't, maybe in a movie or something, but that shit look super high tech too. Like, what the fuck? I seen him walking around. First, I thought he was spraying something like I don't know. But I was like, oh, this motherfucker, that's a goddamn vacuum he got on his back. And that shit been quiet as hell, too. I kind of jealous. I want one of them shits now. Because, it'd be easier to go up the stairs. And that shit was cordless. A cordless backpack vac. I gotta look that shit up on Amazon. See how much one of them things cost. Damn. Yo, Chris, that's what's up. What, a backpack? A backpack vac? You can just vacuum, just walk around the house. You ain't got to worry about the cord snatching out the wall when you go too far. Because you think you got that extra foot and you just push the vacuum a little too much and pop. Ain't like some bitch. You always looking for the damn outlet. And then you got to vacuum the stairs. But if everybody done lost all the goddamn attachments to the vacuum cleaner, you don't feel like vacuuming the stairs then. And then if you do got all the attachments, now you got to take this piece and take the hose out and connect it this way. And then you got to go, oh my God. See, if you had a backpack vac, man, you can go straight from vacuuming in the floor to vacuuming in the stairs. Because how the head on that thing was, it was like, I don't know, it wasn't like a wand, man. I got to get one of those shits, yo. What time is it? I gotta be to work at 2. Oh, it's okay. I got time. I got plenty time. I gotta get something to eat. Though I'm getting hungry. I ain't even ate breakfast. Oh, Tay. Oh, Tay. Oh, Tay. Wait a minute, This dude, I don't know. I guess I'm not gonna say my way is the right way, but I think this motherfucker just used the weed eater and then now he turned on the lawnmower. Ain't you supposed to mow first and then pull out the weed eater second? Or no? Is they not? There is no definite way on should you whack first or should you cut first. That sounds kind of strange, but guys know what I'm talking about. Mm. I don't know if I should eat some food, or if I should have a protein shake. Decisions. Protein shakes are nasty, but they're quick. Food is delicious, but you have to cook it. Mmm. Well, I don't feel like cooking, so. I should run and get me a chicken box real quick. What? That crown chicken? So. All right, I'm gonna throw something on to listen to real quick. That is true. We'd eat first, but I don't know. I normally walk my yard. Like there's like, so after the last storm we had, and I'm kind of ashamed that I still haven't cleaned it up because I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna buy a brand new chainsaw or if I'm gonna get one off of fucking Facebook Market or something. Like all that debris, that shit was all through my yard. Like after the last storm we had, so I don't know. I normally walk the yard anyway, and then I'll cut. And then, I don't know. I've always done it that way. That's weird, but it does make sense. Like yeah, if you pull out the weed eater first, you'll find stones or whatever, big twigs or whatever that may chip your blades on the mower. Makes perfect sense. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick.
just got off work, and I don't get paid till next week, but I need a haircut today, so I'm using the Earn It Now to cash out.
There on my blog, but the basic case against free will is this. It's twofold. One is that, and again, it's the obverse of this sense of self. It's the other side of the coin, where you feel like you're a thinker of thoughts. You feel like you're the author of intentions. You feel like you are a subject. And commensurate with that feeling is the sense that you are in a position to do what it is you do, to decide to do. I can decide to lift my left hand, or I can decide to lift my right hand, and I can deliberate between the two, and I can have reasons for one or reasons for the other. And I'm in the driver's seat. I really am. And then if you and so that's where everyone's starting. The problem with that is, objectively, we know that everything that you're consciously aware of, all your thoughts and your intentions and your impulses, and your impulses to resist those impulses, I mean, whatever's coming up for you, we know that's all preceded by events in your nervous system of which you're not aware and which you didn't create. And the state of your brain in this moment, it's in every sense, is the product of variables that you are not responsible for. You didn't pick your parents. You didn't pick your genes. You didn't sculpt your genes. You didn't pick the environment in which your genome was going to be expressed. You didn't pick the way that your interaction with the world and other people sculpted the microstructure of your brain so as to give you the brain you have. You didn't pick the number of receptors you have of every type at every synapse. You didn't pick all the charges that are currently in place in your brain at this moment. You haven't created your neurophysiology, and yet your neurophysiology is going to give rise to every next thought and intention that shows up for you. And and we know that if you do an experiment, like you put someone in a neuroimaging device, whether it's EEG or whether it's fMRI, and you image their neural activity in real time, and you give a very simple choice between pushing the left button or pushing the right button, we can predict before the person is aware of having committed to right or left whether they're going to go right or left. And we know that ability to predict is only going to become more fine-grained. So that if you take away, and again, someone like Dan Dennett has a story about why this doesn't matter, right? But and the truth is, it actually doesn't matter, because even if we couldn't predict, it matters in the sense that it's very persuasive.
So,
if I
didn't want to eat
what you were going to do.
I mean, I didn't want to drink a protein shake,
free will seems to
and I really didn't feel like cooking anything.
Two things. One,
So, this is the perfect alternative to not cooking and not having a protein shake for breakfast. So I'm just gonna do some fat kid shit this morning. Fuck it. Please don't copy this. This is not good for you. And this is so. This is not breakfast at all. I don't even know what kind of meal this is. But never put cookies in your cereal.
So, for instance, just notice this moment. So, let's say I had written down on a piece of paper the next sentence you're going to speak, right? So I had verbatim what's going to come out of your mouth now. And you start your side of the conversation, and I just hold up this pad, and you see that I have everything that it's just now occurring to you to say. That would be pretty persuasive to you that you're not running a free will program over there.
right.
Right? And so that's the intuition that I'm trying to get at. So that if we can predict what you're going to think before you think it, where is your free will? Because you're thinking it is the basis of your sense of free will in the first place. You feel like you are authoring this next thought. You feel like it's. But if I could show you that we knew what you were going to do before you did it, that would erode this sense that you're free to do otherwise.
That's it,
In what sense could you have done otherwise if I can hold up this piece of paper and show you that you were committed to saying what you were?
Isn't this sort of a dishonest argument though? Because you can't do that.
Well, but we can do it in a very simple paradigm.
But you can predict whether or not someone's going to lift their right hand or their left hand based on fMRI.
Yeah.
But how do you know when someone has decided or not decided? Like, what is that point of decision? What does that mean? I mean,
Well,
if there's
it's a good
especially
question,
an
but-
indecisive sort of a thing, like lifting your left hand or your right hand. Like if we just have an fMRI attached to your head and say randomly, just every 30 seconds, I want you to lift your left hand to your right hand.
Right.
How do you know when a person has decided?
Yeah, well, good question. It's a little difficult to operationalize or make design an experiment around. But what they've done is they created a clock which made it, and it's been done in a few different ways. But in each one of these experiments, they essentially created a clock that made it very easy for someone to discriminate time. So it wasn't just like watching an ordinary clock, but it could be, let's say, a bunch of letters and numbers
You ain't gonna be mad.
streaming in front of you.
Put an Oreo. Just go to ground and put an Oreo in
letters and numbers. And I'm asking you, you're free to decide.
Golden
you can take
grams
as
are
long as you
delicious,
want.
and
You're
Oreos
gonna
make
choose
everything
left or
taste
right,
better. You
and
put
I'm not
Oreos in
forcing
your
you to
ice
go at
cream,
any
your
particular time.
milkshake.
And you're just
Motherfuckers
watching the
put
letters and
Oreos
numbers.
in cakes.
And your only job
I've seen people
is
make
to
like
tell
a banana
me
pudding,
what
but it's Oreos
letter
and
and
whipped cream.
number
Like,
was present
Oreos are delicious, yo. It's just
the moment you decided.
a match made in heaven.
So
and then your
you're
milk.
watching, K and
It's all
X and
chocolatey
4
at
and
the
7,
end, yo.
and so all these different numbers and letters
Right.
are easily discriminated, appearing on a screen, and you're just waiting to decide, and you're thinking, oh, maybe I'll go left, maybe I'll go right. I'm free to do whatever I want, and I'm just gonna wait this out a little bit, but all right, I'm gonna go right. And the moment you feel that you're committed, you just recall what number or letter you were looking at, and then you tell the experimenter afterward, I was looking at K. K was on the screen when I was committed. Now, you might think this is not so compelling when the time interval is very brief. In some of these experiments, the distance was like half a second, right? But with this recent fMRI experiment, the distance stretched out to like 5 seconds. 5 to 7 seconds, so that the activity that was inclining a person to go right as opposed to left was building up subconsciously for that long, so that at a certain point the person said, all right, I've decided, but the data show that we could have predicted that with great accuracy 5 to 7 seconds earlier.
See, but that's relying on a person being honest about when they decided. That it seems rather crude, and it also seems to conflict with what we were talking about earlier, which is the idea of controlling your thoughts, the idea of getting to a point in your mind where you are essentially in control of which way your brain goes, whether you adhere to one pattern of thinking or another. And if you're talking about something as crude as lifting a left hand or a right hand, deciding when to do so based on whatever idea that pops into your head, that seems like an incredibly crude way to argue that there's no free will.
Well, it's not, again, let me just be clear about this. It's a very interesting experiment. I agree it's crude, except I think that with this time interval, it becomes, there's less of a concern that the person's judgment about when they decided will be off by enough so as to make it an invalid experiment. But
I don't think it's enough. I mean, to satisfy me.
But let me just tell you, it's just there's nothing.
I know it's gonna feel good to get back, like, up and doing shit. First of all, it ain't like you just wanted to sit down all that time. Like, motherfucker almost snatched your life. Like, look here, old lady. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, somebody forced you to be in that position, for one. And then for it to be so long, it's like, oh my God. Can I go back, Doc? Please, I'm all right. All right. I have fed the beast. It's the only cereal I buy, yo. Like, every time, I hate getting stuck in my ways, like And once again, I just starting to feel like an old ass man. But every time I go to the store, I be like, you know what? I might try a different cereal this time. Nah, I probably won't. Like the ginger ales that I drink, I'd be like, I should try. Never mind. All right, I can paint for a little bit longer before I gotta get up and get out of here. I gotta go to the, like I said, the organization I work for, man. We do all kind of different things for the community, and we always have food for like the people who come take our classes. Sometimes we donate it to other organizations or functions that we have. And so we have this thing from we work with a local food bank, bro. I took some pictures of the inside the food bank too. It's like if there was a zombie apocalypse, that's the first place I'm going, dude. Like, cause there's so much food in there. It's like they got fucking big ass heavy locks on that. Some motherfuckers don't break in and steal all the goddamn food, but it's a fucking warehouse of all kinds of just food, yo. It's like, what the fuck? Like and then it's back in like this industrial park. When you go in there, it's like, holy shit. Like everything is like anything you can think of. But sorry, I gotta go by the food bank and pick up our order for, like I say, stuff that we get for our organization. We always have snacks and food for the kids. We got women's programs, and we have this new thing called the Parent Cafe, where parents come in and learn parenting skills and child interaction and things like that. And I like it, but then at the same time, it is kind of fucked up that the courts have to make you take a parenting class. It's like, what did you do? And I heard this one story, like, cause I don't teach the classes now, so I don't know. I don't really interact with most of these people at my job or at certain levels. But I heard some people just talking that saying that one of the girls who had to come to the parenting class is because she had twins who weren't even a year old, like 9 months or 10 months old or something like that, and left both of her twins in a car while she went in a bar to have a few drinks. I'm like, I'm listening, eavesdropping. I'm like, what? You left your twins in a car to go in a bar for a few drinks? How long were you in there? Long enough for somebody to realize that fucking 2 kids were in this car by themselves and nobody's around and that the car is at a bar? And I think to myself, yeah, you definitely need some parenting classes, because you're doing something wrong here. So, but that's only one story that I've heard. Like, and if I'm ever in proximity to these people and speaking with them, I'm not asking you their personal business. The most personal shit I get into is like prison assessments, because I have to do, it's a assessment test that inmates have to fill out when they're incarcerated, and it's basically a little pamphlet. This shit is like 8 pages, 9 pages of almost every question you can think of, and you got to fill out this whole assessment. And I actually have to take the physical paper hard copy of it and transcribe it into our database on the computer. So I'm going through these individual people, their own handwriting and everything, in their own words, and reading all this stuff. And I'll be like, yo, but it's different because I never see these people. I never have to interact with them. All I know is their name and their age, their birthday, and all that shit they did. And some of the people like, yo, nigga, you like, one dude was like 28 years old, no GED, no high school diploma. He'd have been locked up like 8 times. First time he got locked up, he was 16. Living at a friend's house, no job, and it's like, dude, like, what the fuck are you doing with your life, yo? And then, like, there's this list of drugs. The drug list is like 3 pages long. Some of the drugs I've never even heard of, other than reading them shits on this paper. But you have to mark which drugs you've ever tried, even if you only tried it one time, or which drugs you use. How old were you the first time you tried it? How long did you use the drug? And how often did you use the drug? And you gotta fill that shit out for everything. And this dude had like half the list. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker done tried everything. God damn, man. I was like, yo, some people just be fucked up, you know? And that's it though, like, and that's why I do enjoy my job, because I'm actually trying to help these people. Our organization are trying to help people. Like, okay, you made a bad mistake. Like, some mistakes are really bad, but we're not just gonna throw you to the fucking wolves. Like, everybody deserves more than a second chance, as long as you're willing to help yourself. Oh, but I fell off the wagon like 4 times. Well, is this time going to work? And you say, yeah, then we're going to try to help you. You know? And we do GED testing and pre-testing and job placement, resume writing, skill building, parenting classes. Like, we have this one thing called Dress for Success, where if you don't even have nice clothes to go to an interview, we'll give you fucking clothes for like. And so the organization is dope as hell. That's why I really do enjoy working there. And I'm asking, can I be more a part of the prison programs? You know, instead of just only doing the assessments, I wouldn't mind going into the prisons and like helping with, you know, just administering the GED test or something like that, and our mentor workshops, just talking with these guys, or art workshops or something like that. Just to let these motherfuckers know, like, bro, like, cut out the bullshit. Fuck the system. You want to really say fuck the system? Stop getting locked up. That's the ultimate fuck you to the system. Like, I'm not behind your bars. And like, just most guys, I don't know, just need to understand that shit and have like, I don't know, just the right person to let them know, like, dude, you're not a castaway. You're not just some animal in the cage, man. Once you get out, we can help you get back on your feet and try to stop this fucking dumbass cycle, yo. Man. And that's all it is, man. It's like, no real direction, no real guidance, and probably never had real guidance. And that's like, my program is IY. It's called Incredible Years, where, you know what I'm saying, we try to stop the cycle at a younger age. Because and then we do the after school program. Man, everybody needs to know, like, yeah, situations get hard, man, but you ain't got to turn to drugs and the streets and prostitution and all this other shit. Just keep And the one guy was like, whoa, I don't know how to fill out a resume. And I'm like, dude, we got you. I'm going to help you right now. I'm going to walk you through this whole thing on how to fill out your resume. Well, then what? I don't have no laptop. It don't matter, bro. I'm going to print you out like 10 copies of this junk. I'm going to give you the resume right here, right now. You're going to have copies of your resume to take with you or mail out. I'm going to give you a nice folder. Well, all these places I don't know how I'm supposed to get to these places. Don't worry about it, bro. We got bus passes. I got you covered, homie. I'm about to give you like 6 bus passes right now. Like, you are good. You're good. Won't have anything to wear. Look, man. Don't worry about nothing. Like, what you don't understand, like, don't worry about nothing. You're not gonna have no excuse not to go get this fucking job, bro. You don't got no excuse. We got clothes. I got a resume for you. I got bus passes for you. Now what excuse do you have? I got all the leads on all the jobs in the area. I got the lead. I got the whole list right here of all the leads for all the jobs you want. What you train? What kind of skills you got? Woodworking. Oh, look at this job right here already. Factory work. I got you, bro. We even do supervised visitation. Yeah, for a long time I knew it, but I really ain't. It was like, cause it's at my job, and it just like it was in the back of my mind for a long time subconsciously, and when the first time I saw it, I just knew that shit, but it really didn't bring it to the front until like this was a while ago when somebody said, "Oh, we're gonna use that room," and I'm like, okay, but there was like one of our children playrooms. There's like this big ass fucking mirror in there. Like a big ass mirror on the wall. And I walked in there one time and I looked around and I forgot what I went in there for, to get like some games or something, puzzles, and came back out and it was like, that's a fucking two-way mirror, yo. I was like, yeah. And it is. And so one of our toddler playgroups, we had to have in a different room because the other room was occupied, and they said, oh, don't worry, because somebody has a supervised visitation on the other side, and there's a room in between that connects the 2 different rooms, and so both of them have that same one-way glass in there. And so it's like, oh, but we're not gonna be watching you. We only do that for our supervised visits. I was like, I don't care if you watch me. That shit won't bother me. But yeah, that shit is like, our facility has everything, yeah. I think that was, I don't know. I thought that shit was funny as hell. And the I remember like when because I was in foster care and I had to have supervised visits, but it was just us, and the social worker would like sit there with us. But now at the facility I work at, they got just like this big ass playroom, and you can go in there with your kid, but you just know like somebody's fucking monitoring you. And that's the thing, like, especially with my generation, when I was coming up, like being a geek or a dork or a nerd, even the movie, you remember the movie Revenge of the Nerds? And it was like, why? Because I'm smart, like that's a bad thing. My entire life, I've never understood that shit, yo. So I've always been a nerd or the weird guy, man. That motherfucker weird as shit. You always reading and shit. What the fuck is weird about reading, bro? You know what's weird? You don't fucking read. That's fucking weird as shit. Like, your mind is full of what? What is your mind full of? Nothing. That's fucking weird. You don't even have like anything other than superficial thoughts floating through your head. You don't fucking have anything philosophical to ponder. Some kind of abstract concepts. The only thing you think about is music, pussy, and get highs. Yo, you heard that new Drake song, son? No, I didn't. I was over here reading the book of Enoch. Wow, the colors of the house, I was so spot on the first time on the underpainting. It's like, I almost feel like I'm not really changing the tones that much, just slightly. Basically just straightening up some lines with the same color. I don't want to lighten it up too much more than what it is already. It's already a lot lighter than the photograph, but that's like I said, because the porch is in so much shadow. I didn't want to make the painting that dark. See, man, dude got me feeling bad, y'all. I swear I should just be outside cutting my grass, getting my shit to look nice too. Huh? Wait, huh? You think you gonna be the only person with a nice looking yard? Psych. Oh, you done? Now you done? Yeah, I definitely need to cut my grass. Everybody think their yard gonna be looking better than mine. They got another thing coming. If I can get rid of that motherfucking spaceship circle out there for that dumbass swim pool, I swear, man, I don't want to go buy no seed and fertilizer, but I might have to. Might have to get that seed and fertilizer and get that crop circle out of there. First, I gotta film it, and then do some Photoshop shit and say that it is a crop circle and get famous off of that shit, and then I'll grow my grass back. Aliens landed. I heard it. They came in and they abducted me. They abducted me, and they gave me a frontal lobotomy. They took my sperm. Aliens abducted you and took your sperm? Yeah, they said they're making a master race. Oh, that's somebody else cutting their grass up. Man, see that? That's what I'm saying. Too many people doing yard work because this is like the perfect weather for it right now. And what am I doing? I'm in the studio painting, running my damn mouth, talking about cutting grass. You know, just talking about it, not really doing it. Just talking about doing it. Talking about how I should go do it. Which is better than not talking about it at all, in my opinion. Because I would much rather be painting right now. Which I'm doing. So, those are my two options. I can keep painting until it's time to go to work. Or I can go to work until it's time to go to work. And I don't think I'm going to do that. I might cut it as soon as I get off work. But then if I go cut the grass now, I had to take a shower before I go to work, and I just took a shower when I came from the gym. That's a good enough excuse for me, you know. I just had to work one in there because I really wasn't sure of my true reasons for not going to cut my grass. But that one is a good, logical reason for me not to cut the grass right now at this moment, because I've already showered. See, now if I was smart, I would have came home straight from the gym and then immediately went and cut the grass, you know, with the gym sweat and everything, and then I would have had the combination gym sweat, yard work sweat. Ooh, could you imagine how that funk would smell? God damn, I almost scared myself just thinking about that shit. Woo, nigga got that gym sweat and the yard work sweat. And then I could have showered all that shit off and I would have been gravy, but I didn't, so yeah, I'll just cut the grass later today. In the evening when it's much cooler, you know, even much cooler than it is now. Be like a good like 68 degrees, 65 degrees, nice and cool. God, they cut that grass, make that shit look clean. I think I actually made these too light to start with. Damn it, Trap. This is a commission. Don't fuck this thing up, bro. Cause it look like you getting nervous. With your hand shaking, you nervous? What your hand shaking for, man? You about to fuck some shit up, man. Why you sweating like that? Huh? What's wrong with you? You better get that boy off that brush right now. He over there sweating, hand shaking. I think he might throw up. It's his nerves. Yeah, I got that Firewall 0 hour update patch. My PlayStation notified me of that shit the other day, yo. Firewall update installed. I'm like, word? I still ain't played that joint yet though. Definitely gotta get up in the VR and see what they changed on that game. That's some more technology, like going back to the technology conversation. I can't wait for the next generation of VRs to come out, yo. But even even Sony said that the current PlayStation, oh well, they said even video games too are going to be backwards compatible to the next console. It's not going to come out in 2020. Maybe 2021 or 22, Sony will put out a new a new console. But there's like all the games you'll still be able to play on all the PS4 games you'll be able to play on the PS5. And the VR headset, you'll be able to use that on the PS5. But I'm hoping with the next console that they'll upgrade the hardware and software for the VR unit and make that shit wireless, bro. Like, if they can figure out the way to do that, I think that shit'll sell hella more, yo. I think the Oculus Rift, isn't that wireless? I know one of them is wireless, but it costs hella more. Like one of the VR units, that shit almost $800. Or it was $800 when it first came out to the market. And I think that's why it didn't sell as much either. The PlayStation VR was about a little less than $500 when it first came out, and plus it's Sony, so you know most of the PS4 owners wanted that shit anyway. Sony, I wouldn't even mind if they, of course, it would cost more for a wireless VR headset, but shit, I'll kick out for that shit. If Sony put out their own unit. Yeah, that's the one thing I don't hear a lot of people talking about right now. Either is the next upgrade in VR. Come on, Canvas. Damn it. Move when I tell you to move. $1,000. Oh damn. Well, that's what I think the thing that I listened to said something about that. They didn't really, you know how companies, their representatives talk, but he said we're gonna still we want the price point to be in a range where, you know, people would still want to buy it. And that means it's gonna cost more than the PS4 did. We want to keep it in a price range where people still want to buy it, or it was some weird way they worded that shit, but it was something like, yeah, don't look for a $400 console. And basically that's what it's gonna have to eventually be in, is an upgradable PC unit. Instead of putting out the basic hardware every couple years, the power button and this button and that, like all you gotta do is upgrade your memory and your graphics. And then you basically have the new console. That's the thing that gets upgraded the most. The memory and how many fucking pixels can you get on the screen? It's 4K. Oh, it's up to 8K now. Oh my god. 14K. All right. Peace, bro. Yeah, exactly. iPhones cost that much, and it's because of what they're able to do, which is, you know, save all of your personal information and connect you to the internet, the World Wide Web. Give you access to GPS and Google, and people will pay $1,000 for that shit because it has the newest speakers and the newest camera or whatever on it. They're like, yeah, I think that's worth $1,000, 800 at least. If you don't want to get the X plus model, you can just get the basic model. But who likes basic stuff? Let me get that X plus plus X plus XX. Well, that line went immediately to the right. Damn it. Man. I saw it drifting and still didn't stop. Why? I don't know. I thought I could pull it back, man. I thought I could pull it back and save it. Nope. Nope. One day, I'm gonna get good at painting these lines. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't lying about them lines. I ain't lying about them lines. One day, I'm gonna get good at it. One day, get good at it. One day, I'm gonna get good at it. One day, get good at it. Cause I ain't lying about them lines. Catch me in the jungle, I'm a lion. It's one of them days, yo. It's one of them days. You cut grass and you put something on the grill. It's like that. I can feel it, man. It looks so nice outside, bro. Ooh, what do I have in the freezer, bro? Like, I think I ate all my steaks, but I still got some ground beef. I'll just throw some burgers and chicken on the grill. Sit out there in this nice ass weather. Ooh, look at my freshly cut grass. Ooh, I gotta get me a bird bath or and a bird feeder. Get my little flying friends somewhere to hang out. Let's go over to his backyard. He got snacks in the tub. Gotta get a bird bath and a bird feeder. got bird feed in their backyard. Oh, y'all don't feed wild animals? It's not like it's a bear. It's just a damn bird. Birds keep other shits away. Like flying insects, spiders. And some spiders are good too, because then they keep the same thing away. Flying insects. And I ain't saying flying insects are bad. I'm just saying I don't want them in my house. I let the birds and the spiders eat their ass. I'm gonna have to wrap it up here shortly. One of them cookout type days, boy. I feel that shit, dude. Let's see, I'm gonna take my damn meat out the freezer right before I leave the house. I already started laundry. I'm gonna put the clothes in the dryer, set my meat out. And then when I get home, I like my Fridays I have like short days on Fridays. I only work from 2 to 6. Go to work real quick, come back home, cut that grass, throw that meat on the grill. Get back in the studio for a little while. Man, I might even play some video games tonight. I ain't gonna lie. I might play some video games tonight. Might put that VR headset on and play that update. I'll be having to make play dates for myself. Which night can you play a video game, Trap? Because you such a busy person. Might have to wait to Friday night this week, guys. Everybody's like, Travis, you have an SUV. You can go pick up stuff from the food bank. I said, I sure can. I sure will. You know why? Because we get mileage miles when we do stuff like that. Man, yo, just going to the food bank, that shit is 9 miles for me. Yeah. Word, I did that. Oh my damn. I'm fucking up, bro. Told you not to fuck it up. Look at you. Can't do shit right. Tired of you. Tired of you fucking everything up. Oh no. That hunger be the real deal, boy. Oh man, the colors are so lighted out for you guys. I swear. I don't know if you guys can see it as good as I be seeing it, but got a little teeny bit done. I ran my mouth more than anything. Just tightening up some of the lines. Getting them second set of colors in there. That porch gonna pop out once I do that window and do this. The greenery that you can see back there, I think that's really gonna push the porch forward and give it that more three-dimensional effect to it. Just gotta work my way around. Just working on getting that window frame look squared off. I think this piece is coming along nicely. I do say so myself, which I just did. So, yo, appreciate y'all chilling with me this morning, man. Peace. Till next time.